Welcome to SC News Special Report. New Zealand has long been celebrated as the gold standard of dairy production, built on a powerful global reputation of pure, grass-fed products. At the absolute center of this multi-billion-dollar empire is Fonterra Cooperative Group Limited. Owned by around 9,000 local New Zealand farmers, Fonterra is the world's largest dairy exporter, single-handedly controlling approximately 30% of global dairy exports. But operating a global supply chain requires more than just green pastures. To keep milk production high during severe climate-driven droughts, cows need supplemental feed. That is where palm kernel expeller, or PKE, a cheap byproduct of the palm oil extraction industry, comes into play. To optimize operational cost, Fonterra procurement team began aggressively sourcing millions of tons of PKE from Southeast Asia. However, this massive procurement decision soon triggered an unprecedented supply chain disaster. From a traditional purchasing perspective, PKE was an ideal solution. It was highly nutritious for livestock, abundantly available, and incredibly low cost. By integrating PKE into their sourcing strategy, Fonterra managed to protect their farmers from domestic feed shortages and maintain stable production volumes. But as procurement evolved in the modern era, the team forgot a crucial rule. Procurement is not just about the money. Sourcing decisions impact far more than a company's bottom line. They affect global ecosystems, regulations, and public communities.
Thank you, Hin, for inviting me to be on your news. To truly understand this failure, we have to take a look at the Fonterra sourcing strategy through the lens of the Karchik matrix. Historically, Fonterra's procurement team treated PKE as a leverage item. In procurement, leverage items have low supply risk but high profit impact, So, meaning buyers typically focus all their energy on aggressive price negotiations and competitive tendering with abundant suppliers. So, we can see that this was Fonterra's fatal mistake. They treated PKE purely through a commercial lens and completely underestimated the invisible environmental, social, and governance risks associated with the product. In 2025, their primary PKE suppliers in Indonesia and Malaysia were directly linked to illegal deforestation, habitat destruction, and severe carbon emissions. Fonterra completely failed to execute supplier due diligence, making them implicitly complicit in global deforestation.
The revelation of this procurement failure immediately triggered a catastrophic domino effect across Fonterra's entire global market. First and foremost was severe reputation damage. Overnight, Fonterra's 100% pure New Zealand brand image was destroyed in the eyes of international consumers who accused the cooperative of greenwashing. But the crisis quickly turned into a massive commercial and financial threat. Major global retail chains and European business-to-business customers who work under strict corporate sustainability mandates required instant explanations. Many threatened their multi-million-dollar dairy supply contracts unless Fonterra could immediately guarantee a 100% deforestation-free supply chain. To protest Fonterra actions, Greenpeace activists launched a major blockade at Port Taranaki, targeting the main storage warehouse of Fonterra's biggest palm kernel supplier.
It's a peaceful protest and they will do no damage to property or equipment, but to repeat, they are inside Shed 1 facility, so for health and safety reasons, operations in there need to stop now.
Okay, someone's coming. I am in Port Taranaki inside the main storage facility of Fonterra's biggest palm kernel supplier. Myself and 3 Greenpeace activists have locked ourselves onto pillars inside this warehouse, and by being here we are preventing 30,000 tons of palm kernel from being offloaded from a ship just outside in the port.
This customer reaction forced Fonterra into an operational nightmare. To save its reputation, Fonterra had to suspend contracts with non-compliant PKE suppliers. This sudden suspension caused an inventory shock and a shortage of supplemental feed for thousands of farms back in New Zealand. Consequently, operational disruption worsened because farmers scrambled to find alternative domestic feed, which drove up local livestock farming costs significantly. The cooperative had to allocate massive financial resources toward crisis communication, sudden supply chain audits, and restructuring the entire procurement framework. This came up as a harsh warning. Ignoring upstream supply risks to achieve short-term savings can end up costing a company its entire global market share. The 2025 PKE crisis proved that a modern supply chain is only as strong and only as clean as its weakest supplier. And that is the primary news for this morning. I am Hin Fan at SC News. Thank you for watching.